Everybody, hope everything's going well with you guys today. And if you're a Litecoin fan, I have a special episode for you guys. If you're new to my channel and you're really into DeFi and the lending platforms, I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel because I tend to focus on that topic a lot. Recently, Litecoin Foundation partnered with Blockfi, and before that, they partnered with Celisius Network. Both of those platforms offer a lending service enabling the users to deposit their Litecoin and earn a respectable yield paid to users in Litecoin. So whether you've been holding Litecoin since 2017 or maybe you just recently bought, the only thing I can think of better than holding on to Litecoin as we enter the bull rally is to earn some interest on it. In 2017, a lot of scammers took advantage of the hype and they scammed a lot of people out of Litecoin and some other cryptocurrencies by offering them a high interest yield product if they deposited their crypto assets with the platform. And because of these scams, a lot of people were reluctant to use products offered by Celsius Network and others. I've gone ahead and done the research. I've vetted a few platforms that I can assure you are not scams. That's further enforced by the Litecoin Foundation partnerships. If you're on board with lending out your Litecoin, you got to figure out which platform is going to best service your particular needs because they definitely have their nuances. And if you don't do your research, you might end up with the platform that doesn't necessarily serve the personalized needs that you have. And that's where this video comes in. My hope is that after watching this video, you'll be able to make an informed decision about where you lend your Litecoin. This is the structure that we're going to follow. This is all the information I'm going to cover for every platform. It's not in any particular order. It's not from best to worst. What I'm going to do is I'm going to present you the information in an unbiased and fair manner. You got to filter that data and decide for yourself which platform services your needs the best. With the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into this video. The first platform that we're going to cover is Blockfi. As you can see, I've opened an account with them. And for this video, I've censored my balances, but I've done videos in the past. I strongly suggest that you guys check them out because I fully disclose my holdings and the interest I've earned in those videos. In fact, after this, you should go to my homepage and check out the playlist where I've organized all the Blockfi reviews I've done within the last few months. As you can see here, you can deposit any one of these currencies, including Litecoin, which they recently added. By depositing your Litecoin with Blockfi, you can earn an annual rate of 3.8%. This rate is subject to change. In fact, they've changed rates on Bitcoin and Ether in the past, so don't be surprised if this rate fluctuates moving forward. They distribute the interest yields every month into your account. In fact, they email you a statement in advance, and the interest actually compounds. So the interest that you've earned will also earn interest the following month. They don't have a minimum or maximum of Litecoin that you can deposit. However, they do charge a fee, so make sure you're aware of that before you deposit your Litecoin. The first withdrawal is free, so you get one free withdrawal per month, but subsequent withdrawals, so if you make more than one, the second one they'll charge you 0.0025 Litecoin as a withdrawal fee. Also, withdrawing from the platform can be a pain. You have to whitelist your address, and that can take up to 72 hours. So once it's listed, you have to wait 72 hours before you can withdraw. And if you're a Litecoin whale, just note that you can only withdraw $10,000 worth of Litecoin in a 7-day period. So the bottom line is just be aware that withdrawing your Litecoin and your funds from Blockfi won't happen very quickly. It could take a few days for you to withdraw your funds. On the plus side, if you don't whitelist anything, then your funds are pretty secure. So if your account becomes compromised, at least nobody will be able to take your funds, or you'll be notified quickly so you can take action. So they don't actually touch any of your funds. Gemini Custody takes care of all that. Recently, Gemini Custody added additional insurance. Now, $200 million worth of crypto assets are covered by the insurance. It's the largest insurance coverage on the market. And on a side note, this is the nature of a new and growing market. In the beginning, there aren't going to be many insurance products because it's very new. There's only a few number of players that are willing to take the risk. Once they've realized that there's not much risk and it's actually a profitable business, more participants will start offering insurance at a lower cost and they'll start giving larger coverage. So I personally expect this trend to continue. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if these custodians were able to secure 100% coverage over the crypto assets that they keep. In addition to the interest product, you can actually trade on the platform. They have access to a large liquidity pool, so they can get you pretty competitive prices at no trading cost. So they don't charge you any additional fees like Coinbase does. But with this feature, you can basically shift between cryptos and stablecoins, so that way you can adjust your allocation based on market performance. Lastly, they have this loan product. You can put up your Litecoin or other cryptocurrencies as collateral and take out a loan. And for a limited time only, they're having no origination fees and lower interest rates on the loans. If that's something that interests you, you should watch one of my past videos where I talk extensively about my strategy. By the way, guys, if this platform or other platforms interest you, or you're interested in watching one of the past videos that I've mentioned, I included all the links in the description below, so make sure you check that out after you've completed watching this video. The second platform we're going to cover is Celisius Network. And if you wanted a full tutorial on this platform, make sure you check out one of my past videos. I've done a full tutorial detailing all the cool features and services provided by Celisius Network. And there's actually a good reason for why I'm holding Celsius token in here. And if you wanted to know why, make sure you watch the video that I just mentioned. Celsius is currently offering depositors 3.25% annualized interest that's distributed weekly. Now the rates do fluctuate, so keep that in mind. I've seen the rates as high as 6% while I've used the platform. And you can see here they've paid out consistently. I've never missed a payment. By the way, guys, I plan to do a Litecoin giveaway. So if you're interested in participating, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. I'll be announcing the giveaway there. But coming back to the review, I think Celsius is probably the best platform when it comes to flexibility. All the other platforms have, some sort of limitation in terms of withdrawals, deposits, lockup periods. With Celsius, it doesn't matter if you're a whale or if you're an anchovy. Everybody gets to enjoy the benefits of the platform. Everybody gets the same rate. There's no minimum or maximum deposit limits. And even withdrawal is a breeze. The only time they're a little bit hard on you is when you change the withdrawal address. In that event, you have to go ahead and wait at least 24 hours after changing the withdrawal address to actually take the funds out. But if you don't change your withdrawal address, you can take your funds out immediately. They don't compound the interest that you earn, so all the new interest that you earn on the platform won't earn any interest. But based on an AMA that I watched from Alex, the CEO, it sounds like they're going to enable compound interest in the near future. And you can see here on the web page that they have custody with BitCo, and the wallets are covered by $100 million of Lloyd's insurance. When I contacted Celsius Network, they told me that every wallet or every token that they support, each one has a coverage of $100 million. They're registered in the UK and they registered in the year 2018. And that sort of makes sense because a lot of their programmers, if not all of them, are from Eastern Europe. But they're fully regulated. I mean, they even have their BIT license in New York. In fact, the CEO, Alex, is very serious about being compliant from a regulatory standpoint. So I can assure you that they have all the relevant licenses that they need to operate. Now, in terms of the other services, they do allow you to send your crypto to anybody that has the mobile app. It's called CellPay. And also, much like Blockfi, they allow you to take out loans using your crypto as collateral. I personally haven't used that service with Celsius because it's not available to people living in California. If it ever becomes available, I'll make sure to do an updated review for you guys. Before I move on to the next platform, I just wanted to say that Celsius has some of the best customer service in the industry. Every time I send them an email, they respond back to me within the same day. So if service is important to you, I gotta say Celsius is really on top of their game when it comes to that. The third platform we're gonna cover is Crypto.com. And this is another platform I've done a few reviews on. I recommend checking out my playlist. I talk about the security, who they custody with. I'll give you guys a full tutorial. If that's something that interests you, again, make sure you check out that playlist. The yield on Crypto.com ranges from 1 to 6, and they pay out that interest on a weekly basis. So the interest that you earn depends on the lockup period you choose. If you choose flexible, you can take it out at any time, but obviously you're getting the lowest rate. If you lock it up for 1 month, you'll get 2%. If you lock it up for 3 months, you'll get the maximum rate of 3%. And during this lockup period, you can't take out your coins at all. You'll be distributed your interest payment on a weekly basis, but again, you will not be able to withdraw your funds if they're locked in a 3-month or a 1-month term. Now, if you wanted access to some of the more premium rates, you have to buy 500 MCO tokens. During the time of this recording, they're valued at $5 per token. So that means you would have to spend $2,500 to get the maximum rates on the platform. In my view, that's a huge premium to pay. I was fortunate enough to pick up some of the tokens when they were valued a little bit cheaper. And at that time, the rates for Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum were 8%. And I felt like it was worthwhile to pay that huge premium because the tokens could appreciate in price. So I would get a return of value there. And I would also get the market's most competitive rates for Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Obviously, that's changed. They've had to drop the rates because those high rates weren't sustainable. But based on the AMA the CEO did, he claims that this is the sweet spot and they're unlikely to change. However, anything could happen. So even if you buy the 500 MCO tokens, just be aware that these rates aren't guaranteed. And so you can see here that I've staked 500 MCO tokens and I'm enjoying a 6% interest on the 500 MCO tokens that I've staked. And on top of that, they give you a card based on the number of tokens you staked. So for the tier that I have, I get 3% cash back paid in the MCO token every time I use it to make a purchase. Now, before we talk about some of the other features offered by the platform, I just want to make sure that we adhere to the presentation structure. And I'll let you guys know that the interest does not compound. They custody with Ledger X, and they have insurance up to $100 million, just like BitGo. The company operates and is registered in Hong Kong, and they did that in the year 2018. So they provide you with a debit card that you can use anywhere where Visa is accepted. You can actually use the top-up option to spend some of your cryptocurrencies. So all the interest that I'm earning on, let's say, Litecoin, for example, I can actually spend it by topping up my MCO Visa card. So that's very unique to this platform. That service is not available anywhere else. And I'm actually a big fan of the feature, and it's part of the reason why I chose to buy 500 MCO tokens, because I like the idea of earning interest and being able to spend it using a debit card. We're not going to dive too deep. Again, you got to watch one of my past videos if you want to learn more, but they recently added an exchange. We talked about the earn, we talked about the credit card. You can take out a loan like the other platforms. They're working on a payments network, and you can actually put money into one of their investment products. To me, it seems like they're becoming a wealth management service. So you can come to one place and have all your financial needs serviced. The last platform we're going to cover is Uphold. I personally don't use the platform. I mostly use it to cash out my Brave token earnings, but they do offer a base interest for Litecoin at 2%. And if you hold 10,000 LBA tokens on the platform, the premium rate is 5%. In terms of the payment interval, they used to pay, but recently they announced that they're going to start paying monthly. The lockup period is probably the longest in the industry. You have to lock up your Litecoin for 6 months. They charge a withdrawal fee of 0.003 Litecoin and a minimum deposit of 0.25 Litecoin. And here's the main reason why I don't like using the platform to earn interest on my Litecoin. Let's say you deposit $10,000 worth of Litecoin. So they're not going to pay you in like interest. They're going to pay you in USD based on the USD value of the Litecoin when you first deposit. Now that may be good in a bear market, but let's say the price of Litecoin doubles. Your payments are going to stay the same because they're paid out in USD based on the original value of the Litecoin that you deposited. I have a personal preference of getting paid out in like interest, so that's why I stayed away from this platform. On a positive note, this platform has been operating since 2013 in the US, but they just recently started offering this product and expanding on that service. Like Celisius Network, they custody your assets with BitGo. In terms of other services offered, they actually allow you to plug and play with other platforms. For example, if you transfer your Bitcoin with Uphold, you can shift your Bitcoin between the Uphold wallet and this hedged Bitcoin services platform. We're not going to do a deep dive on this platform. If you have any interest in that, make sure you express it in the comment section below. But this platform is designed to capture a large portion of the long-term price appreciation of Bitcoin with significantly reduced volatility. In other words, you can capture the price appreciations of Bitcoin without huge drawbacks. I've experimented with the platform a little bit, but for me, I decided that it was a better strategy to hold and lend out my Bitcoin than it was to keep my funds on Bitcoin hedged. Now, if you guys have stayed until this portion of the video, I wanted to give you guys a exclusive sneak peek on what I'm working on. I created this Discord community. It's a work in progress, but it's going to have everything crypto in it, from giveaways, trading ideas, breaking news, YouTube videos. We're going to entertain you guys. It's going to have the whole 9 yards. And if you guys wanted to be early members of the community and you wanted to see our progress, make sure you message me on Twitter. I'll get you guys in here real quick. And I also started a Patreon as well. I'll make sure to include a link in the description box below. But I've created these tiers and I'm going to give a 50% discount to the early members that join my Patreon. And I'm doing that for 2 reasons. Number 1, I wanted to reward people who joined it early. And number 2, I want to keep the quality of the services I render with Patreon top quality. So for a while, I'm likely to only take in a handful of people. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you check out the link in the description below. With that, this is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.